Okay, so Ebony, you've just been through the programme like Kirsty, and obviously you're coming at it from a slightly different angle, having been injured for a while. So what are the things that you've taken from doing the NLP Practitioner, and how do you feel that it's helped you?
It's been pretty major for me, to be honest. I came in, not cynical, but with quite a closed mind, and I think initially when talked about the presuppositions of NLP and started sort of forcing me to think about cause and effect and where my mindset was at, and it's a perfect time really, because when you're not, I wasn't down, but you understand when you're down in injury and that sort of, you're not sure when you'll be back, and I was just going through the operation. It was kind of perfect to kind of know I had control of the situation and change my mindset. And from there, I kind of started opening up throughout the course to different things I'm going to change when I come back, things I can change now, and how I can change myself, whether it be in a team environment, going into playing. And I think it's kind of a perfect opportunity for me at the moment, because I can sort of refocus and reassess the direction I'm going. It's been fantastic. I'm so positive. I've been out with injury before, and I know how I've been. And this way, I feel like I'm kicked on and ready to move forward. It's been fantastic for me. I've really enjoyed the course.
Good, good, good. And so when will you be back playing?
Hopefully in the next 2-3 weeks. And I've set my goals forward, which has been great to know. When I get back in the next few weeks, I should be back to playing. And I've been out now for quite a few months, so yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Okay. And so when you think about that from a player's perspective, how much influence do you think the NLP has had on you, and will have on you, I suppose, going forward as a player?
It's going to be massive. I was going to say I think it will be massive, and the reason being, I sort of had to go into really dig deep into different aspects, even things about higher intention, why am I playing, digging on my resources almost, and really figuring out a clear path of where I'm going, what I want to achieve. And because of that, I know it's going to have a massive impact down the line. I also had to sort of really start reflecting on myself and being honest with myself, which, we're all human beings, at times we don't. And, I found some areas where if I make a shift myself, it will have a massive impact going forward. So I'm really excited almost about getting back and putting these things into action. And, I know it will have a massive impact. I can feel it, I felt it. There was a day we saw my shifts, so yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing how I'll take this new mindset on, and have the next few years of my career. Yeah, brilliant. And one more question just before you go. I know you work a lot with younger players, and you do camps and so on and so forth. How would you use the NLP with the younger ones and to inspire them, particularly girls coming into cricket, and looking at this, this great sport, this growing sport? How would you use the NLP with that? I've used it in 3 different ways. Firstly, it was just my shift in language patterns, and I noticed just by changing my language, I'm seeing a different response. So a few things I tried, which I mentioned earlier, were doing speeches when I was talking to young girls, trying to encourage them into sport, and sticking with it through the tough times. And because I had the opportunity to change and see how I started off and what the impact, how I used to be, and then sort of change and put some really good NLP patterns in, I noticed a major shift in the way the kids related to wanting to play, questions they were asking, the enthusiasm that was coming out. And so if I could sort of project a positive image and create that picture for them, it would make a massive difference. But secondly, things like metaphors, I was mentioning earlier, that even with young kids, I was able to get into deeper issues by building stories around playing, around in a game scenario and things like that. That it meant that the kids were so much more excited and felt they could communicate and discuss issues, that I was digging deeper into coaching than I've always talked technically. I could talk technically with kids forever.
Yes.
This just made a massive difference in how they wanted to gain information and look at the mental side of sport, which you don't want to go to a kid, or we do in psychology today. But you could, and it just gave me options to really encourage the kids to move forward, and I think it's going to push my coaching and the players I work with on miles.
Yeah, brilliant, brilliant. Thank you. And so I guess this kind of like leads you on to looking at, being the next future England coach at some stage.
Definitely.
Yeah. Thanks, Ebony.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.